Ever seen a character so powerful they could wipe out nations? But instead, they choose to sit quietly in the back of the class? Whether it's to stay under the radar, live a peaceful life, or just for fun. Today, we're diving into the top 10 anime where the main character is insanely overpowered, but pretends to be weak. And trust me, number 1 will have you questioning everything. 10. Classroom of the Elite. On the surface, Kudo Ikusi Senior High School is a utopia. The students enjoy an unparalleled amount of freedom, and it is ranked highly in Japan. However, the reality is less than ideal. For classes, A through D are ranked in order of merit, and only the top classes receive favorable treatment. Kiyotaka Ayanakuji is a student of Class D, where the school dumps its worst. There he meets the unsociable Susan Horikita, who believes she was placed in Class D by mistake and desires to climb all the way to Class A, and the seemingly amicable class idol Kikyu Kushida, whose aim is to make as many friends as possible. While class membership is permanent, class rankings are not. Students in lower-ranked classes can rise in rankings if they score better than those in the top ones. Additionally, in Class D, there are no bars on what methods can be used to get ahead. In this cutthroat school, can they prevail against the odds and reach the top? 9. Tokyo Ravens. Amiuta magic was once a powerful technique used by the Japanese during the Second World War in order for them to gain the upper hand and establish their nation as a formidable force. But Japan was quickly defeated after the revered Onmyaji Yuku Tsuchimikado caused the great spiritual disaster, an event which plagues Tokyo to this very day. As a result of this mishap, the Onmyu Agency was established in order to exorcise further spiritual disasters and combat the demons that would make their way into the world. Now, Amiuta has become far more modern, simplified, and refined for use in a wide variety of applications such as medicine and technology. However, not everyone is able to utilize the magic, as is the case with Haratora, a member of the Tsuchimikado's branch family. Despite an old promise to protect Natsume, the heir of the Tsuchimikado's main family and Yuku's supposed reincarnation as her familiar, Haratora has no talent and chooses to live a normal life instead. But when a prominent member of the Onmyu Agency attempts to recreate the same experiment which led to Japan's downfall, he decides to make good on his word and fight by Natsume's side. 8. Irregular at Magic High School. In the dawn of the 21st century, magic, long thought to be folklore and fairy tales, has become a systematized technology and is taught as a technical skill. In First High School, the institution for magicians, students are segregated into 2 groups based on their entrance exam scores. Blooms, those who receive high scores, are assigned to the first course, while weeds are reserved students assigned to the second course. Mahoka Koku no Ratusei follows the siblings, Tatsuya and Miyuki Shiba, who are enrolled in First High School. Upon taking the exam, the prodigious Miyuki is placed in the first course, while Tatsuya is relegated to the second course. Though his practical test scores and status as a weed show him to be magically inept, he possesses extraordinary technical knowledge, physical combat capabilities, and unique magic techniques, making Tatsuya the irregular at a magical high school. 7. A certain magical index. Academy City, Japan, is at the forefront of science. Besides being 30 years ahead of the world technologically, more than 3/4 of this peculiar city's population consists of students developing their psychic abilities as espers in various institutions. Among these students is Toma Kamiju, a high school boy with the lowest psychic rank of 0 but with a mysterious power no scientist can understand, Imagine Breaker, which allows him to negate other supernatural abilities. This, however, doesn't affect Kamiju's life in the least, as he plays his role as a regular teenager, that is, until he meets the strange Index Librorum Prohibitorum, a young girl who has memorized the entirety of the Forbidden Grimoires, and now a dangerous organization is hunting Index down. With several magicians looking to harm the girl, Kamiju will defend his new companion at all costs as he discovers a strange new realm of the supernatural. 6. Noragami. In times of need, if you look in the right place, you just may see a strange telephone number scrawled in red. If you call this number, you will hear a young man introduce himself as the Yado god. Yado is a minor deity and a self-proclaimed delivery god, who dreams of having millions of worshippers. Without a single shrine dedicated to his name, however, his goals are far from being realized. He spends his days doing odd jobs for 5 yen apiece, until his weapon partner becomes fed up with her useless master and deserts him. Just as things seem to be looking grim for the god, his fortune changes when a middle school girl, Hayori Iki, supposedly saves Yado from a car accident, taking the hit for him. Remarkably, she survives, but the event has caused her soul to become loose and hence able to leave her body. Hayori demands that Yado return her to normal, but upon learning that he needs a new partner to do so, reluctantly agrees to help him find one. And with Hayori's help, Yado's luck may finally be turning around. 5. Ice Blade Sorcerer shall rule the new As the first commoner to attend the prestigious Arnold Academy of Sorcery, Ray White is immediately met with contempt from some of the students hailing from nobility. Unbeknownst to them, Ray's real identity is that of the famous Iceblade sorcerer, a hero who led the country to victory in a past war and is one of the 7 strongest sorcerers alive. Despite his legendary status, Ray wants nothing more than to live out the ordinary school life he never had. Ray quickly makes friends with some of the most influential students thanks to his kind and amiable nature. Unfortunately, as those with nefarious motives begin to make their move, Ray may soon have no choice but to use his true power to preserve the bonds that make his new life worthwhile. For Moriarty the Patriot, during the late 19th century, Great Britain has become the greatest empire the world has ever known. Hidden within its success, the nation's rigid economic hierarchy dictates the value of one's life solely on status and wealth. To no surprise, the system favors the aristocracy at the top and renders it impossible for the working class to ascend the ranks. William James Moriarty, the second son of the Moriarty household, lives as a regular noble while also being a consultant for the common folk to give them a hand and solve their problems. However, deep inside him lies a desire to destroy the current structure that dominates British society and those who benefit from it. Alongside his brothers Albert and Louis, William will do anything it takes to change the filthy world he lives in, even if blood must be spilled. 3. Jujutsu Kaisen. Idly indulging in baseless paranormal activities with the occult club, high schooler Yuji Itadori spends his days at either the clubroom or the hospital where he visits his bedridden grandfather. However, this leisurely lifestyle soon takes a turn for the strange when he unknowingly encounters a cursed item. Triggering a chain of supernatural occurrences, Yuji finds himself suddenly thrust into the world of curses, dreadful beings formed from human malice and negativity after swallowing the said item, revealed to be a finger belonging to the demon Sukuna Ryamen, the king of curses. Yuji experiences firsthand the threat these curses pose to society as he discovers his own newfound powers. Introduced to the Tokyo Prefectural Jujutsu High School, he begins to walk down a path from which he cannot return, the path of a jujutsu sorcerer. 2. Daily Life of a Mortal King. Wang Ling is a high school student with a cool and carefree demeanor. Coming off as someone with a very low spiritual force, he actually possesses a power capable of destroying the world at a moment's notice. To mitigate the volatile force within him, his parents have resorted to using an amulet as a temporary solution. However, the amulet weakens over time and Wang Ling's emotions also accelerate its deterioration. Now with the amulet on the verge of breaking, Wang Ling and his father race against time in order to fix it. 1. The Eminence in Shadow. Even in his past life, Sid's dream wasn't to become a protagonist or a final boss. He'd rather lie low as a minor character until it's prime time to reveal he's a mastermind, or at least do the next best thing, pretend to be one. And now that he's been reborn into another world, he's ready to set the perfect conditions to live out his dreams to the fullest. Armed with his overactive imagination, Sid jokingly recruits members to his organization and makes up a whole backstory about an evil cult that they need to take down. Well, as luck would have it, these imaginary adversaries turn out to be the real deal and everyone knows the truth but him. Power in silence, strength in shadows. That's what makes these characters so addicting to watch. Which anime did you enjoy most? Did we miss one? Let us know in the comments. Hit that like button if you love overpowered MCs. And don't forget to subscribe for more anime breakdowns every week.